Welcome to the Midday Economy News. I'm Aitor.
And I'm José, and today we are going to talk about these topics.
I will give you news about Barcelona's case and about the number of unemployed.
In my case, I will show you the current situation of Bankia and the value of GDP.
We start. Barcelona's files complaints against PP for workplace maltreatment. Both the Popular Party and its former treasurer, Luis Bárcenas, this week landed further legal blows on the ongoing row following the discovery of an alleged slush fund that the ex-money man used to make under-the-table payments to pay members. On Tuesday, Bárcenas filed a complaint against the PP for workplace maltreatment with the Madrid Labor Office. The ex-treasurer believes last week's decision by his old employer to empty the office in which he had stored his belongings and computers constituted an attack on his privacy as worker. He said the objects had been in the room since March 2010, when he was released of his post as treasurer due to his implication in the Rodríguez scandal. He had since been receiving a salary as a party consultant until his dismissal at the end of January after the discovery he was holding millions on Swiss accounts, and the publication by a país of letters he allegedly kept while treasurer showing illegal payments to PP officials, including Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy. The Madrid office immediately referred the complaint to the General Labor Inspection Office, which has summoned the PP to appear on Thursday. Meanwhile, the PP has lodged a civil suit against the país over its publication of the letters. The suit is also directed at the author of the false document published, which, according to the media company, is Luis Bárcenas, even though he has denied its publicity and before the anti-corruption public prosecutor. The move means the party avoids direct legal action against Bárcenas. Leading PP figures Ángela Pérez, Javier Arenas, Jaime Mayor Oreja and Rodrigo Rato have added their names to the suit.
Spain to recapitalize Bankia after 4.5 billion euros loss. Spain will inject capital into the Bankia group after the nationalized lender posted a 4.45 billion euros first half loss. The National Bank Rescue Fund, unknown as FROB, will pump from 4 billion euros to 5 billion euros into Bankia, Spain's third biggest lender, in the next 2 weeks, said a person familiar with the situation who asks not to be identified because those details are public. The capital is an advance on money Bankia is due to receive once a reorganization plan is completed in October and approved by European authorities in November, FROB said in a statement yesterday. Bankia may request for 19 billion euros in state aid followed a 4.5 billion euros bailout in 2010, and come 2 weeks after Economy Minister Luis de Guindos said 15 billion euros will be enough for the whole industry. The important thing for Bankia is to clean up the balance sheet because it's already known that they are going to have very big losses this year, said Carlos Joaquim Peixoto, an analyst at Banco BPA CA in Porto, Portugal. The revenue of Bankia, with an asset base almost a third the size of the country economy, focused mentor on the cost of fishing Spanish lender and helped pass the government to seek as much as 100 billion euros of European bailout fund in June to shore up the banking system.
Registered unemployment rises above 5 million people for the first time. Spain's long-lasting recession continues to take its toll on unemployment. According to figures released on Monday by the Labor Ministry, the number of people registered as unemployed with Spain's state unemployment offices has risen above 5 million for the first time in history. Social Security registration in February followed by 28,691 people, leaving the total number of workers signed up to the system at 16.1 million, the lowest level in the past decade. The February rise in unemployment was the lowest for the month since 2008, when the current crisis had not fully kicked in. Picking up on this, the Secretary of State for Employment, Engra Hidalgo, said she was encouraged by the slowdown in the pace of the economy shedding jobs within the current context of an economic recession. At some point, things turned to cut further. Bloomberg quoted Manuel, an economist at Citigroup in London, as saying, "Perhaps we are reaching the end of the largest increases we had in the past, but a turnaround in the jobless rate in 2013 is very unlikely." According to the active population survey compiled by the National Statistics Institute, there are almost 6 million people out of work in Spain, with the jobless rate at the end of last year rising to 26%. The EPA figure is greater as many people do not register as being out of work, particularly if they are not eligible for any subsidies. Young people have again been hard hit, with the level of unemployment among the under 25s increasing by 16.26, a rise of 3.46% in February. Growing number of younger people are moving abroad to look for work.
Rajoy says 2012 deficit came in below 7% of GDP. Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy said Wednesday that Spain's public deficit last year came in below 7%, a performance that exceeded the expectation of experts. Spain's target for the so far its finance for 2012 was 6.3% of GDP, excluding the European bailout to recapitalize the banks. However, experts have estimated that the figure was more likely to be over 7%. The deficit last year was 9% of GDP. Rajoy said that the country had managed to reduce its structure by 3.5 percentage points, and as such had met the commitment agreed with the European Commission. This has been an unprecedented adjustment in the history of Spain. The Popular Party leader said, according to initial official figures, Spain's economic output declined 1.4% last year. He also noted that the state had managed to keep the deficit in check despite an expected rise in employment, which caused the social security system to suffer a deficit last year of around 10.5 billion euros, about 1% of GDP. Despite the progress made on the deficit front, Rajoy warned there is a long road ahead over the next few years to balance the budget. The PP leader noted that close to 6 million people were out of work last year and identified reducing unemployment as the main task facing the government. The road to work creating jobs is long, he said. It has been everything for today.
See you at tomorrow's news.